What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And we're going to go ahead and get right into the video.
Completely feminine. I think it's just more like, we would just like them to be a little more considerate. Yeah.
The reason why in my personal point of view, why women want men to be more effeminate is so women can control them.
I don't think it's the femininity.
Women want to Can I talk? This new generation of women wants to control men.
Can I talk?
Of course you can.
So, I don't think...
Do you want to fight?
Bet.
Okay.
I'll win.
Go on. You really won't, but go on.
I will.
Okay. About 37 seconds into this video, and she is being, aggressive. Can I talk? Can I talk? Like, for lack of better words, like, girl, you over there getting buck for no reason at all. Like, nothing even happened. All he's doing is explaining his side of the view, instead of her just allowing him to, express himself and explain himself, and then she can finish right after. It's not like there was any debate going on right now. She just takes the reins and is like, oh yeah, whatever. And then to say, how can you sit at a table among two other women and one man, and say to that man in front of these other women that if you were to get into a fight with him, that you would win? So right off the bat, again, 37 seconds in, we already know what we're dealing with. We already know the type of mindset that this woman has. We already know her point of view. Women are superior, men are inferior. We can already tell based off of how she's talking to this man that's sitting right across from her.
I don't think it's that we want to win in the femininity. I think it's just...
Oh, excuse me. 4 women and 1 man.
Like, I think
it's... Yeah, you won't win with those hiccups, I'm telling you.
I think it's more like we want, you guys, not you guys, just like men in general to
Sorry, continue. Go on, Annie. Sorry.
To understand, like, our perspective. And, like, you're fucking making me forget what the fuck I'm about to say.
Just be more, like, considerate and, like, understanding.
Exactly. It's not like we want you guys to be,
We're
like...
Not built
we don't...
like that,
okay,
Eileen.
Shh.
We're not built like that.
Shh. We don't want you guys to be, like, our girlfriends or whatever. We just want you guys to understand why we're saying some things, and why sometimes you guys, the way you guys do things, make us feel a certain way. AKA when we're on our fucking period, and you say, "Oh, you feel this way because you're on your period." Like, fuck! Don't fucking say that. Just
but
be like.
Okay, so the reason why she forgot what she was saying, and the reason why he is ready for her to finish talking, is because the same thing that she says that she's requesting from men are already really good at. Men already know what you're getting at. They already know what you want. They already know what it is that you're going to say. They already know how you're going to try to express yourself about a situation. Like, I already know why you're upset. So for me to sit down and talk to you for 20 minutes about why you're upset is outside of my, normal nature. Okay, that's the mindset that men have. Why would I sit down for 20 minutes when we can just get straight to the point and I already know what it is? Of course, if it's something that you're concerned about, of course, if it's something that's going to affect the relationship, of course, if it's something, that needs to be spoken about, that might be a different aspect. But for regular things, like what she's saying about, like, her being on her cycle, whatever, and then he's like, oh, you're acting like that because you're on your cycle. Is it true or is it not true? If it's not true, then maybe you can get a little offended or be like, well, why are you even saying that? But even if it's not true, you can't get offended because maybe you do have a certain way that you do behave around that time. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, right, or indifferent. Hormonally, our bodies do, as women, do go through drastic changes once a month. Okay, and maybe it can make some people more irritable. Maybe it can make some people more annoyed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel, and I feel like he's about to say the same exact thing, but I don't deem it necessary that, in a way you are trying to make a man into yourself if you are trying to put what you think he should do and how you think he should behave onto him when that's outside of their nature.
You're not understanding how men think. You're really not understanding how men
But
process
okay,
information.
but then why should women always be the people that try to understand what you guys think? Why can't you guys try to understand what the fuck we're trying to think?
Because you don't know what the fuck you think from day to day.
That's why do you think that though? Because we're fucking women and because we're stupid as fuck?
Because you change your mind.
No, it's because we're chemically different every single day.
That is true.
Like chemically, every single day we are different.
Ugh.
You have a whole.
But that's a hard pill to swallow, right? That's a hard pill to swallow. So, like I was saying earlier on in the conversation, right, is that if we understand that your period makes you a certain way, right,
and you know that it pisses us off.
Forget that. We're not thinking about that. We're thinking about we're on the receiving end of the emotion of the period, right? That's what we're thinking. But we're still human beings too, right? So, as human beings, we're going to respond in kind to being, I guess, lambasted when it comes to the period, right? And we understand, we know you as an individual. We're saying, but hang on, you're not like this on the 30 other days of the month. But generally, when it comes to this time, you're something different. So we're going to let you know that you've become different on this time. But saying that seems to be a problem. And we don't get that, because if you were to tell us that we're different, we would understand. Actually, you know what? Actually, guys, on these 7 days, we're acting a little bit fucked up. We're acting a little bit. We know we're acting a little bit fucked up, but you don't want to be told that, and that's what we don't understand.
Thank you.
The lady that's in the purple hoodie, she said the word self-awareness, and that's 100% what it is. I feel men are way more capable of being self-aware. In relationship settings, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're committed to their person, married, long-term relationship, whatever it is, they're more willing to be self-aware because they're committed to this space, to this relationship. So they are gonna try to be as one step forward and as authentically able to figure out and create solutions for situations, instead of women who can easily be triggered, offended, emotional, illogical, delusional. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's saying, if you are experiencing this, I am on the receiving end. So am I supposed to just say, oh, it's Tuesday, this is just how she acts, when you're being blatantly disrespectful? Sometimes it's better that your spouse is saying, oh, it must be because this time of the month, then, oh, you know what? I don't want to be in this relationship anymore based off of the way that you're treating me, based off of the way that you're speaking to me. So I think we have to pick our battles here. And again, it's just men being matter of fact, right? And just straight to the point, and her being in her feelings. Because maybe if he said the same exact thing to her when she was out of that hormonal space, she would receive it a lot differently. But because of how she does feel, she's going to receive it more intense. Even if you're just stating the obvious, she's going to take it to 100.
Self-awareness comes into play.
Right.
I know that chemically, if you think about it, sometimes majority of women are very indecisive. There's some that boom, boom, boom can make a decision, but I understand what you're saying, how men need to understand women. I understand what you're saying, how women need to understand men. And I think when it comes to women, like you were saying, chemically, we think different every day. There may be a day where we consecutively think the same, but our bodies are going through a cycle for 30 plus days, and it's a continuous thing. It's not something, we just pause, good, I can think properly, I can think clearly. It's, if you step outside of a woman's body, if you are a woman and you step outside of your body and you try to understand yourself, it's hard. Personally, there's sometimes I'm like, why? Why do I do this? Why am I thinking like this? I'm trying to understand.
When you
myself.
cry over the smallest thing, I know.
What the freak? Like, what's going on? I'm trying to understand myself.
Yeah.
And for men, it's just simple. Like, this is what we do. This is how we live. This is
Right.
how we act.
Yeah.
And when they don't understand, like, I was saying this to be like kind to you. Like, I don't understand why you're taking it this way. And so they're processing it, and it comes out their mouth. You must be on your period, and then it'd be like. Yeah, and it's like, don't
say that.
Why did they take it that way? I'm just trying to process, and I outwardly process, and then it comes into like, okay, maybe I'm not going to say that anymore, and it's just like they keep it inside, and it's like just both. No, because
the thing is that she has such great points. She definitely understands the difference between female nature and male nature, right? But another thing is that she's able and capable of realizing that men are also human beings. Like, they're on the receiving end. They are experiencing you go through all of these changes over and over again, and they just kind of have to roll with the punches. And it's not to say that men don't go through things, and it's not to say that men don't have their up days and down days as well. But with women, it's blatant. Some women are not affected at all. Some women have deeper rooted issues that they actually need to speak to, like, maybe a holistic doctor or get some kind of care for, because their hormones are so imbalanced that they can literally become an entirely different person for a week. And whether it's the week before, the week of, or the week after. So I think that's another aspect that, like, we have to bring awareness to as well, because even though you're the one who's experiencing it, there's somebody who's also experiencing you on the other end. And that's a big part.
Well, because I know what she's
very honest.
I agree. I know what she's saying. She's saying, why would you do the same thing if you get the same reaction every single time?
It's insanity, right?
Yeah, like she's like, why do you keep doing it if this is the
it pisses the girl off, so why do you keep doing it?
But women will do the same thing.
But women will do the same thing, expecting a different reaction too.
You don't expect it because it's been so long, but then
it's been at least 30 days.
Are you telling me that every 30 days we just gotta be on our guard? We just like, fuck, we're periods coming. We just gotta be we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen right now.
Look at me. I'm not saying that's what you need to fucking expect. But when you know the girl's on her thing, like, why do you want to push that extra button?
We're not. That's what I'm
trying to say. We're not
trying to do that.
Why do you even mention it then?
Yeah, but the thing is, hang on.
They're trying to understand.
This is what I was saying, Pal, about men becoming more feminine, right?
Yeah.
You are expecting men to act like women.
I'm not.
Hang on, women.
Yes, you are, girl. Yes, you are. Because when you're on your cycle and you tell your homegirls, they know exactly what to do. They're going to pull out the ice cream, let's watch a movie, let's eat this, let's eat whatever we want to eat. Let's go cuddle up on the couch and let's not do anything that's going to be contrary to what it is that you want to do. That's what homegirls, that's what your friends, your sisters, maybe even your mother will do with you. But for a man, he's functioning as he functions every single day, right? Trying to get whatever it is that he has to get done. And you're expecting that same kind of catering effect and catering emotion from somebody who's not even experienced what it is that you're actually going through. It doesn't mean that they can't be there for you, still buy you what you want, take care of you, get you a heating pad, whatever the case is. But to expect so much every single time, exactly to get exactly what you want when you want it from somebody else is like, no. Again, it is expecting the man to operate like a woman.
Yeah, women understand that. She's on her period. Yeah, she's on her period.
Yeah. She knows.
Women understand that. Men don't get it.
You just have to vocalize it every time you figure it out. We have been here
on this earth with women for hundreds of thousands of years, and we still do not get it. Stop asking us to be like your girlfriend. Stop asking us to be like women. We are men for a reason. That's all we're saying. We're men for a reason. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if we weren't men, you wouldn't even be attracted to us.
Because
you wouldn't even be attracted to us.
If you were men, why would you even mention our period?
Because it's We are logical processors. We're logical processors.
I mean, because he's saying like that's how men are. Is they're like trying to fix a problem.
The thing is, imagine being with, imagine as a man being with somebody who is blissful for maybe 20, I won't even say 20, maybe 14, 15 days out of the month. And you were like, oh my gosh, this is so blissful. And then one day, out of the blue, she just started acting funny, moving different, being overly emotional. Some people have really bad hormonal imbalances and then become a completely different person. And he's like, what's going on, And then you kind of go over the hump, you get over it, everything's cool. Then next thing you know, he's experiencing that great blissful, experience again. And then out of nowhere, because he's not keeping track, you're keeping track. So you're saying, well, every, whatever days, you should be expecting this. And he's like, I'm not keeping track of any of this. All I know is that you were cool, now you're not. Now you're mad. Now you're crying. So when I see that energy from you, I can, the man is saying that I can identify that energy and realize that you are on your cycle, but it's not like it's not going to be a surprise still whenever it does come up. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like, oh, I don't even know what's going on. No, it's like, I know what's going on because I remember the last time you act like this, you were going through, whatever you were going through. So I'm anticipating that must be the same thing. You can't be offended if it's true.
This is the problem. You're upset about something. Right. And they're thinking, okay, how do I fix it? Let me rationalize this. Oh, she's on her period. You're probably just on your period, honey. Calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Da-da-da-da-da. Like that's them trying to rationalize it. Yeah, so you asking him to understand you, that's asking him to be more feminine, because that's not a feminine trait.
Right. So you see this light, right? There's a light.
That's not a masculine trait.
So there's a light here, right? If the light goes out, a man is trying to fix the light. Yeah. We're not trying to understand why the light is gone or what the light felt like when it was gone. We're not trying to. We're just like, light's gone, fix it. That's how we think, right? And I'm not saying it's the right thing or the wrong thing. I'm saying that's how we're wired. Okay. And so when we're wired a certain way, when you're asking us to be more like women, you can have that conversation about your period and how you feel and how you think with your other female friends. You know what I'm saying? We don't get it because we're trying to just fix things. If you come to a man and say, oh my God, at work today, blah, 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 this happened and I felt this way, we're listening and we're like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? What's going to happen? Like, what are you doing to make you not feel like that?
Yeah. And that's why they
But the thing is, you came to him wanting to just vent and make him know how you feel.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, we're trying to fix it. You're trying to just express. We're trying to fix things.
And that's why they ask, like, are you...
Sorry.
That's why they ask, oh, you must be on your period, because if you're acting a certain way, they're trying to understand it. And if you say, no, I'm not on my period, then they're like, okay, then let me try to figure out why is this like this? If you've acted this way like this every month on your period, and it's like, oh, you.
And when we start seeing a pattern, we're like, alright, she's on the period. That's what we're thinking. We're like, she's on the period.
And if it's like not in that area,
but the thing is, when we express that,
it honestly,
you
like,
get upset.
In my last relationship, it honestly, like, helped, because I would get bitchy, like, a couple days before my period, and he just wouldn't really take it seriously. Right. If it was a couple days, but he's like, oh, she's just. And at the time, I'd be like mad. I'd be like, take me seriously until 3 days later.
Taking you seriously.
And he's like, oh, she's just. And then like 3 days later, I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
Right. But the thing is, we are okay with that as long as you recognize that what's going on.
I understand that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you recognize that you're feeling that way because of your period, we're okay with that. We're like,
it's more than acknowledgement as well.
What is it?
I feel like it's a lot of understanding. Like, as a woman, I feel like, even I've seen this, a lot of them like, yeah, okay, I acknowledge it. Like, if a man was to check them about their menstrual cycle, and that's why that's what affects their mood, compared to if it's like, that's actually what they really understand. Like, that's what's really affecting their mood. That's what's taking an impact on their mood. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Like, you can check me, and I could know, yeah, that's my menstrual cycle, but I'm still going to be defensive, compared
Why?
to what?
Why?
No, I don't know why. I can't explain to you why. But
She's a
compared
woman.
to why, compared to a situation where it's like that's a fact, and we're actually having a conversation about me and my partner. Do you know what I mean? Like getting defensive about it because it's different. Like I feel like a lot of women don't acknowledge it. Like understand. No wait, a lot of women don't understand it compared to acknowledging it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I kind of understood what you were saying, but I kind of got a little lost.
At the time, I'd be like mad.
I kind of got a little lost just based on that drink exchange. I got a little confused right there. I'm like, what's going on? So I kind of got a little lost. But also, I think that just off rip, I think a lot of women are not self-aware. I think a lot of women are more impulsive. They just kind of make moves, don't really calculate every single step, everything that they're doing. Take their own patterns into consideration. A lot of women are not able to look outside of themselves. So I think that's what makes it harder, because women who are able to look within themselves are able to say, yeah, I am on that right now, and I'm just not in the mood. Or they'll let them know, like, hey, I'm not going to be in the best mood or whatever. I just want to kind of like just be alone, or whatever the case is. That way they can also problem solve in their own right as well. Prevent the issue from occurring, so that there's nothing to talk about, fix, or whatever, and he doesn't have to call you out and ask you, is it that time? So, but let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I generally want to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and again, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. I definitely agree with this topic. I do agree that a lot of modern women actually want their men to essentially be more like women, which again is outside of their nature, of course. But let me know your feelings down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.